I just got an awesome haul of comics from a crafting store. Are you kidding me? No, I am not. In a minute, I'm going to show you some of my favorite ones that I got. But first of all, I want to share 2 lessons that I picked up from this experience. First of all, always be on the lookout for comics. You never know where you're going to find them. I mean, if a week ago you told me that I was going to find a bunch of comics to buy at a crafting store, I would have thought that you were crazy. But here we are. And number 2, make sure that your friends know that you collect comics. Because I found out about all of these comics from a friend who scrapbooks and saw this craft store put a photo on Facebook about how they just had a bunch of comics donated to them from the local comic book shop, and that whoever wanted to come and buy them, they were up for sale. And so I got in my car and away I went. So what did I get? Well, when I first walked into the store, everybody turned around and looked at me. I think I looked a little out of place. Apparently I don't have a crafting face. And so my heart was racing as I had all these stares. And finally, thankfully, the lady behind the counter said, hey, can I help you? And I said, yeah, I heard there were comic books here. And so she said, oh, yeah. We just had a couple of boxes donated to us. And she explained that how their store works is that you pay $20 and you get this big brown paper bag. And then you go throughout the store, and whatever you can put in that bag, you can carry out with you. So of course, all I wanted to carry out was comic books, and so I managed to fit 80 into this bag, and so I got all of these for $0.25 each. And I'm super excited, and I don't have time to show them all, but I'll show you some of my favorite ones. Well, first of all, we have Werewolf by Night number 31, which contains the first mention of Moon Knight. Now, of course, his first appearance is in the next issue, number 32, but at the end of this book it says, coming next issue, The Moon Knight, or something like that. And so Moon Knight collectors still value this book, and so I'm super happy to add it to my collection. Now, all of these books are mid to low grade, but for $0.25, you can't go wrong with any of them. And the book that I might be the most excited about is this one, Master of Kung Fu number 29, which contains the first appearance of Razor Fist. And I really thought he was a fun character from the Shang-Chi movie, and so I've been looking for this book for a while, and was expecting to, at minimum, spend $20 or $30 for a mid-grade copy. And so to be able to get this for $0.25, I was super pumped. And speaking of characters from the MCU, I got Eternals number 13, which contains the first appearance of Gilgamesh. I also got Adventure into Fear number 20, which is the first solo story of Morbius. And this book picked up some heat at the beginning of the year, but it's cooled down since the movie didn't do so well, but I'm still happy to add it to my collection. I got Jungle Action number 7, which is the second appearance of Killmonger and the first appearance of one of his allies named Venom. Now, I don't necessarily expect that character to show up in the MCU at any point, but who knows? I also got Transformers number 8, which contains the first appearance of the Dinobots. And this is probably actually the most valuable book that I picked up, and is Space Usagi number 1, which is the first solo series of Space Usagi. And then I got what I think is a pretty underrated key. I like this book. It's Avengers number 165, which contains the first appearance of Henry Gyrich, who's a government agent that's kind of a liaison for them to superhero teams, and he usually is kind of on their back all the time. And so I could definitely see him popping up in the MCU at some point. Here's a really cool one, World's Finest number 173, and this contains the first Silver Age appearance of Two-Face. Now, it's got a bunch of weird Silver Age logic, so it's not the Two-Face that we really know, but Batman is somehow, I haven't read this book, so I don't know, but somehow he's turned into Two-Face momentarily, and so technically this is considered his first appearance in the Silver Age. And speaking of Silver Age Batman, I got Batman number 173. Now, again, this is certainly a reader copy, but it's a Silver Age Batman for $0.25. Sign me up. All right, if you watch my videos, you know that I collect Amazing Spider-Man. I'm trying to complete a run, and also Todd McFarlane covers. This is number 309, one that I didn't have, so super happy to add it to my collection. Some cool Bronze Age horror, a Supernatural Thrillers number 3, and Godzilla number 16, and Godzilla number 23. And this is the book where Godzilla encounters the Avengers somehow. I'm looking forward to reading this and finding out what happens between them. I have no idea. And then I actually got a couple of Golden Age books and a couple of Del Tarzan books. And I think these look super cool. I love jungle covers. I don't really have many, but I think they're awesome. And I don't have many Golden Age books. And so super happy to pick this up for just $0.25 and one more for just $0.25. And I always love these painted covers that Dell put out, and then I'll show you a bunch of Gold Key books that I picked up as well that have these beautiful painted covers. I got 3 Dr. Solar books, and man, oh man, I could just look at these painted covers forever. Here's another Dr. Solar. And yet one more. And then, of course, another hero from that time is Magnus Robot Fighter. And so I got 2 of him with these cool, obviously he's fighting against the robots, and just, man, awesome sci-fi covers that for $0.25, I can't believe it. So happy. And then one alien cover, Space Family Robinson. You've got them, obviously, another cool painted cover with the aliens. And I got a few other Gold Key books, but I'll just show off one more. I got several of these. Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery, another painted cover. And back in the 70s, I guess, maybe 60s and 70s, I love getting these horror-type books. And there's a lot of series. Marvel puts some out, DC puts some out, where they usually contain like 3 or 4 short stories, and they always have some kind of twist at the end. And I've always been a sucker for those kinds of stories. When I was probably a young teenager, I used to watch the Tales from the Crypt TV show, and they always had some kind of twist at the end, and I loved that show. And so I've always loved this type of story, and so super excited to read not only this book, but the rest of them, and again, just to look at these awesome painted covers. And that's all that I'm going to show you. Again, I picked up 80 books. So a lot more, some cool fillers for runs that I'm putting together. I got some G.I. Joes, a Star Wars, and then I got, maybe 10 to 20 Gold Key, like Bugs Bunny books and Porky Pig books that I'm going to that I'm giving to my kids for their birthdays, because I'm trying to develop their interest in comic collecting. So anytime I can find a cheap one of those books that's a little more age appropriate for my younger ones, I try to pick those up. So super happy for those. So again, I can't believe that I got these books from a craft store. And I'm curious, what is the most unexpected place that you ever found a comic book? Leave a comment below and let me know. And if you do, then I will give you a bonus entry into my 400 subscriber giveaway, where I'm giving away 4 Spider-Woman #1s. And if you leave a comment about anything else, you still get an entry, but you get 2 entries if you tell me an unexpected place that you found a comic. So looking forward to hearing those. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you consider doing so. We're super close to 400 now. We're less than 10 away, and I'm looking forward to giving away those comic books and putting them in the hands of 4 of you viewers. So help me get there. Of course, like the video, those other things that help our channel to grow. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one.